Hello, I'm Martin Fencka and welcome to another episode of Let's Play King's Bounty 2. So as you can see, I played off camera for a while. The main reason was that I wanted to make some changes, and to make those I needed to visit a couple of vendors, and I wasn't sure where exactly these vendors were, so I had to spend some time running around the map looking for those vendors, and well, I didn't want to do that on camera. But here we are. I made as many changes as I could have for what I'm planning today. I would like to once again attack the elementals that I failed against horribly the first time I tried to attack them. I still wasn't able to make quite as many changes as I hoped. I was looking for some resistance buffs. Well, unfortunately, I couldn't get the main source of resistance that we have available. I was hoping to remove the Knight's Ring, which is not really giving us much at this point. We are not using all of the leadership that we have, so we could drop some. But unfortunately, the rings that I wanted to equip, they reduce a leadership quite significantly. The Obsidian and Ember Ring are identical, and we are missing, like, the threshold that I can't afford to drop under is 2600. Unfortunately, if I equipped one of these two instead of the Knight's Ring, we would be at, I think, 2560, if I'm doing the math correctly. So we are missing 40 leadership, which really sucks. Well, I wasn't able to really find a way how to find that 40 leadership anywhere. So in the end, I have to stick to these two rings, and then I was able to switch two items. One, those were the boots. Someone even asked me in comments why I was still sticking to the -1 movement boots with 15 armor. Well, for a long time we were pretty ranged heavy, so I didn't really feel the need for the extra movement. Sure, sometimes it was annoying that we were not able to move tiles, but mostly it wasn't too bad. But at this point, we are getting more and more melee heavy, so minus movement is just like impossible to play with at this point. Problem is, we don't really have too much to switch for. Like, this is the best option. The other options, we only have Townsman's boots and the Aristocrat's boots. Those don't do anything. We got the Mage's footwear recently, so that at least gives a little bit of resistance. Arcane knowledge we don't really care about. But I mean, yeah, resistance, I'll take it. Every bit that we can get is something. And then I was able to switch also the medallion for, again, a little bit more resistance, 3% health. I switched away from, excuse me, let me grab a drink, Oak Seed. Once again, arcane knowledge at this point doesn't really mean anything. I will probably need the Oak Seed later if we need to cross some arcane knowledge threshold, for example, for spell upgrades. But, well, at this point, not relevant. And 10 health and 3% health with the units that we are using is basically the same thing. So yeah, once again, as I said, just a minor resistance buff. More significant changes I made to the army composition. I finally decided to get rid of the adepts, an amazing unit by itself, but because they are anarchy, the other factions just don't want to work with them, and the morale buffs just, morale penalty just sucks. I wanted to use the troll chiefs, so I went power heavy with 4 power units. I was looking for a 5th one, but I didn't find the 5th power unit that I would like to use. So instead, I decided to go with the Spirits of Light. Someone actually mentioned them in comments that maybe at this point I could give them a try. I did in the end. I will try them. They have a really nice burst damage. And I was looking at them a couple of times even earlier, a few episodes ago, but I was never able to find a way to put them in with the Dark Adepts. So now when the Dark Adepts are gone, let's see how the Spirits will do, how good the burst will be. I'm still not sure about them, but I will try them. So this is the army composition. And then probably the biggest difference, I think, will come from the Wayfaring magic. I didn't touch these before, and I think it's time to start using them, at least for some fights. So we definitely use the morale buff. And the other one that I will use, because the fight really felt quite difficult, I'll use every bit that I have available, and prowess is the only other combat buff that we can get. 15 warfare, hey, it's something. It's better than no extra warfare, so let's just do it. The other buffs are non-combat, so I don't really care. Maybe I could do, let's see, what else do we have available? Experience, trophies. This is for how long? 3 battles. We can't use both. I think we only can have 3 buffs. Rewards. I don't really care about rewards, to be honest. Let's go with experience. Okay, so that's that. And I hope I'll be able to do what the AI did to us last time. Just get as many extra attacks as possible. Look at the morale. Like, the morale is amazing at this point. So I hope we will get extra attacks and just find the extra damage that we needed there. I didn't really find any other way how to get more burst damage. Fight, yes. This is interesting. Let me check something. This is fire damage. Why is this fire damage? Why is this fire damage? That makes no sense. And the normal attack is physical damage. When I saw this stack, what I was thinking was to just dive in on this tile. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here. You will fly. I actually need to move you and you. So that we are not stacked up. The eagles will fly away. Let me check one more thing. Excuse me. They're immune to fire. I'm pretty sure. Oh, so your melee attack is physical. Ranged is fire damage. No, everything is fire damage from them. So our eagles should be immune to fire elementals. One, two, three, four, five, six. Unfortunately, that's too far. We have 6 initiative, but only 5 movement. What I could do, though, and I think that's what we're gonna do, is 2, 3. I want to get here on this tile. How much damage is the dive? 390 to 530, and you have 410 hit points. But it's much more likely that I do the damage that I need with the dive. So I'll just go here. We won't hurt the fire elementals, unfortunately. But I wanted to kill at least something. So that's one. Now, what's the turn order here? You go first, unfortunately. Oh, first, not first, but before our trolls. I'm afraid that the ice elemental might actually slow down these trolls. Well, you run in. And slap them, that weakens them. And please don't hit my trolls. Ow. Oh, actually wasn't too bad. Yeah, they are trying to move, so that's 3 damage for us. Now, can I hit these guys? I can. Just pin them in place. Since our trolls can't engage them, let's make sure they can't get to our eagles. And could I please get my extra turns? How are you doing hit points wise? Not that great, but at least we will get the first ray of light at full strength. Yeah, this is not a fight about no losses, this is a fight about like surviving basically with as many units as possible. No. I'm thinking hit these guys. Make sure that the troll chief survives. Because next turn the eagles should take care of this. This is pinned for quite a while. Okay guys, you have to start moving because if you don't move, we will be useless for 3 turns. You are fully healed, so we can start moving forward here as well. Unfortunately, the ice elementals completely negated the haste. It would be great if we had if we are able to engage the wind spirits as well with the second group of trolls. Well, even without that, it's working quite well. Oh, additional turn. Yeah, sure. These guys can't move at all, so we will engage first. Right? I'm gonna attack the troll, it's not gonna do anything, lose another one. Okay, how do we do this? Let's make sure... No, we can't guarantee a kill here. 365... Let's see what happens. Start with the attack. Of course we didn't get it. For fuck's sake. I mean, I'm gonna risk it. I'll just risk it that the elementals try to move away and just kill themselves. I can't transform anything. The leadership limitation for the spell is just too much. And I'm gonna summon clay golems here. That will limit the movement of the fire elementals a little bit. At least of this stack. Sure, they'll start attacking the clay golems, but whatever. Oh, well, that helps. I really want these guys gone. I know that I wasted quite a bit of damage that way, but that's one stack that we don't have to worry about. There's the heal. That's another stack that we now don't have to worry about. Do we get another turn? No, not this time. Where do I move you guys? I think... No, I want to engage the fire elementals with them. Just one tile. Ow! Yeah, this is good. That's what we want to just keep the fire elementals busy. They will just wipe out the trolls. I mean trolls, the golems. But who cares, right? They just wasted their turn. Here we can shoot just a normal shot. We don't need to keep these guys pinned anymore. You'll keep moving. There's a nice heal. Move forward. Kill another one. Oh, and another one. How did we kill two of them? I thought that the damage indicator showed that it was impossible. Whatever. Okay, you will stay here, tank one more hit. At this point, it's over. So here we won't take any damage. I think if there is any reason to use another spell, if we could like resurrect something, but we still don't have access to resurrection. So in the end, I think we're gonna lose one crossbow. Well, it's still possible that the spirit is gonna cast again, but the losses are pretty minimal. We'll have to replace the spirits of light, but that's okay. Can you kill him? No, nowhere near. But we have more than enough hit points to take the counter attack. There we go. And the stone golems did what they were supposed to do. These guys already counter-attacked. So I can engage them, don't have to worry about counter-attack, unless I missed something. They shouldn't counter-attack every time, if I remember correctly. No. You are going down. Additional turn. I will take it. Just keep these guys pinned where they are. Come on. Unfortunately, one more unit died there. You can stay. At this point, we don't need to move anymore. And finish it. It was a tough fight. But with the adjustments that I made, our eagles being immune using crowd control more effectively. It was definitely manageable. We'll have to spend 1100 gold on recovering the losses. Did we get a level up out of this? I think we did. I'm pretty sure we are on level 17. Oh right, now these guys are catching the big spirit. Oh, is that it?
Didn't I?
The elemental has been trapped. We need to go see Sequester now.
The cage is yours now. I'm sure you can manage from now on.
Bring the cage to Sequester's lab. He'll put it on a mana booster so it won't run out of power and...
Come on, they're not stupid. They'll figure it out. As for us, we're going to celebrate at the Goose and Logos.
Is
Let's
this
go.
what magic is coming to?
Right. There's nothing left to do here.
Hey,
Okay, that was a little anticlimactic, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know. I prefer Octopus.
Somehow I expected one more fight with the big elemental. Thought it would go like we kill these and then they fail at the large elemental and we will have to fight them again. So let's have a look around if there's anything for us to pick up. Oh, and before that, how is our leadership? So now I could switch for the resistance rings. The thing is, we don't need it anymore. We'll see. We have the option. That's nice to know if we get into another fight that's like elemental damage heavy. Then we have the option. Yeah, we can't really add anything. Our next threshold, I think, is 3200, because at that point we will be able to add second troll chief, if I remember correctly the numbers. Is there anything? No. Should probably check. No quest markers. I thought there was a quest here. Another quest. I guess I was wrong. Quite a lot to explore though. Oh, we can go in. What is that? Scroll. Message 46. So we found my letter and you want to get rich. There's a treasure cache in Castle Arden. There are 4 levers disguised as torches scattered along the castle's terrace. Turn them and the entrance to Count Wilmore's treasure will open. Piles of gold await you. The spoils from years of abusing power. Turn not, lest someone else is surprised. Okay. Let's try to find that. Is there anything else? Oh, there's a book. What the hell is this? It is as if I'm drowning in my dreams, but not the dreams described in the romance novels. I see myself free at last, walking towards a large town. I'm full of both bliss and hatred. Behind me, like a train, spreads a black veil over the Nostrian fields, over Rowan and tiny villages and everything the eye can see. There, in the town ahead, I shall make them pay. My uncle and all his bloodline. I will avenge the deaths of my mother and father, and see the guilty shrouded in the black veil. No more tears, only this voice calling me, the voice I trust. I can feel it growing closer and closer every day. I wish I could finally understand his words. The Orphan's Diary, Mother Disciple, Day 14. Huh, interesting. There is a pouch. Yep. So what is the terrace? We have seen this side, I think. Are you one of the levers? Yes. I think this will be the entrance in the end. We'll have to come back. Oh, there's a lot of stuff to loot.
Right.
Another scroll. Message 45. You found this letter and now you're hoping for treasure. There is a hoard in Castle Arden such as you have never dreamed. We'll see about that. There are 4 levers. Okay. So the same thing again. Is that like all the torches? So basically anything that's burning on the wall, we have to click on. What is that? Oh, just another room. Yeah, with more pointless loot, unfortunately. And the last torch. And they even show you where the entrance is. So that you definitely like don't get lost for a second. As if it wasn't obvious enough that the entrance is here. Excuse me.
The day
God damn it.
has come at last.
Oh, who are you? They were talking about treasure, not about random old guys. This definitely doesn't look like a treasury.
I think I've seen you somewhere before. Are you the one who wrote these letters?
Yes, 'twas I. Once I was known as Count Wilmore, keeper of the royal
really?
seal and lord of Castle Arden. Like many other loyal servants of the king, I was a victim of slander. My enemies had me imprisoned in my own castle. I've been looking for a way out for 10 long years. During that time, I learned to tame the rats, the only creatures that can come and go at will. You found one such messenger. I believe its name was Armin.
You look much older than when I last saw you, Count. Am I the first one to respond to your pleas?
How selfish people are. When I came for justice and later for pity, none came. But as soon as I mentioned filthy lucre, all the cellar contains is a couple bottles of wine and some moldy cheese. Gold is not there. I do have some treasures stashed away, though. I'm willing to part with one such cache.
Well, just at least pick up the book. That should be a quest book, I think. And as usual, if you want to read this, please pause the video. Are we done with this one? Yeah. What did we get? 150 experience. Is that it, really?
The sky.
Where is the cache? Up here? And I missed another pouch of gold. Those are so difficult to spot.
At last. But this isn't the end of it.
What are you going to do now? Will you ask Gisela for help? I take it she's a relation of yours.
Don't speak that wretched woman's name in my presence. Gisela is my niece. Indeed, the castle is hers now. No one can be trusted. No one at all.
Where is the damn pouch? There. Oh, it just showed us a rune, and now we get more useless loot. This is quite disappointing. Like, it's a cache that used to belong someone of a really high status. So why doesn't he have at least, like, give me one item there? It doesn't have to be legendary, but just something. That's another thing that I'm missing compared to the previous previous King's Bounty games. There was so much variety in the gear, and you had room to like experiment with different sets of items, and they were viable. Where are we going now, by the way? So to the tavern and here. Do I have to talk to the Iron Mask? I thought that basically when I make a choice about whom I'm going to help, the Iron Mask will disappear as an option at least.
Well then, sir, why can't you give me a... Did you find Castle Lamarok? Make your way from the Mage's Tower to the tavern, then head south.
Let's visit the tavern first, then we return to the university.
Today's a very important day for us, my lady.
But why? My boy wrote to say he started studying the art of brewing elixir. I was so
So I shielded the village daughter with my left bar with the other, and battered that bear about his hairy...
Not bad. And now?
Want more, huh? Listen to this. This was when my lads and I were in Frostguard, fighting the Cyclopses, exploring ancient caves, and swindling dwarves. Ulagi once led us all the way north, to a land where the ice never even sweats. Our mounts died, our wagons were swallowed by a glacier, and our enemies fled. Soon enough, we ran out of food. We were making our way through a blinding blizzard. Mactus's frozen breath on our brows, dying. Then I spied these birds perched on some boulders. Birds the size of a horse. When I approached, they dashed away. When I stepped back, they returned to the stones. And I wondered, why do they love these stones so? Turned out, the boulders were eggs, each of them the size of a sow. Imagine that. We broke one open and stuffed our bellies for a whole day. We took the rest with us. Thanks to those eggs, we reached Amethville at last. The last egg we traded to the dwarves for a new ship and sailed back to Nostria. That was my journey to the far north. Never again.
It's not the guy that I was supposed to talk to.
Rejoice, Bernard. Your problem has been solved.
Indeed. I already feel much better. Has my disease abated?
The source of the disease has been destroyed. And that greedy necromancer along with it.
Serves him right, too. He brought nothing but misery to our village. The villagers of Parnack will sing songs to your name for centuries to come. What was your name again? You alone were there for us until the end. Thank you.
Are we done? Yeah. 300 experience. And that's it.
My boy wrote to say he
Let's actually talk to the Iron Mask. I'm curious why the quest marker is still there. Should be
A mistake. A mistake with Cedric.
this one. Yep.
Mistakes are unacceptable, unprofessional. We lured the Mage out, but we never caught him. Never realized Cedric's gang was nearby. Never took him into account. Tenebros promised to send help. Someone easily persuaded.
Okay, so what do you have
There
to
you
say?
are. Do not be frightened. Come closer. The Master has ordered that you not be touched, as long as you remain useful.
Do you mean to intimidate me? I'll set that aside, for now.
Your hands are soaked in blood. We can sense it.
Uh-huh. Now that we've gotten to know each other, why don't you start heading in the direction of the point?
Naturally. We need to borrow something from the spellcaster's sorceress books. But we cannot enter the Mage's tower. The Mages are careful to prevent the adepts from entering. We might alter our appearance through magic, but the gates are all protected by the spell of disillusion. We coaxed an ignorant fool from the tower into bringing us notes on this spell. But a group of bandits stabbed him to death before we could procure them. Find the body at the fair. Learn the spell of disillusion's weaknesses. Sneak into the tower and disrupt the spell. Bring us proof of your success, and we will aid you against DuPont.
How do I disrupt this spell?
The Mage had the notes on his person when he was killed. Read them. Find the weakness.
No, that's not my style.
Am I missing something? Well, let's go back to the university.
Today's a very important day for us, my lovely.
But why?
Oh, when I was looking for all those vendors, I noticed a letter here. I'm not sure if you read before. You probably did, because it's not sparkly, but just in case. My Rose, I can't just send you a magical messenger pigeon. You can't spend mana without a good reason by special decree of his rudeness. Nothing surprises me anymore. I'm going to the Mage Factory to maintain the barrier. I must depart immediately. The last group of mages returned even earlier than expected, fully depleted at depth. Okay, so nothing really that relevant. This way, if I remember correctly.
Guess what I saw on your
Nope.
factory yesterday? I implore you. No, I demand of you. Capture that darn spirit. Castle Arden is my ancestral home.
There we go, this guy.
How delightful. Now that you've caught the spirit, life at Castle Arden can start anew.
Members of the nobility should watch out for each other.
Dearest Sequester, do tell. What awaits the captured spirit?
Apparently, this spirit used to work at the Mage Factory. We don't know its true name, and therefore, I suppose we'll trap it in underground storage. There will be an investigation, followed by a trial before the magical court of law. Do you really find these details interesting? It's a long story, one that will last a few years at minimum.
Delightful. Well, now I must go. I'll be sure to tell Councillor Montier how promptly the mages rushed to assist me. Naturally, I'll put in a word about your invaluable assistance as well.
Okay, so quite a lot of experience. It was like 700, and we also got a scroll, if I saw correctly. I think it was this one. Summons one rank 1 wind spirit. 126 mana to learn. I think if there is any reason for us to learn this. I don't think so for the price, because the summoned units don't seem to be that like impactful anymore. They're mostly as basically like a pile of hit points that tank some damage, dies, and buys some time to add to our units. So if the pile of hit points are golems or wind spirits, I don't really care. Sure, if it was 20 mana, I would learn it, just because why not in that case. 126 is a little too expensive. Let me check one more thing. We have 8 points now. I'm gonna learn Summoning 1. But even with the extra ranks on the summoning spells, it doesn't really change anything. The ranks basically just adds hit points in most cases. This would really be better with reloading. Like, always figure out how all of this works. Because that's the problem. I'm learning these new talents as I like learn them in game. So, for example, here I wanted to know what the next like level of summoning would give me if there is just extra rank, or maybe like something on top of that, like summoned units have, I don't know, 20% extra hit points or damage or something like that. Now when I know what it does, I would rather first get Elemental Rage to level 3 and learn Secret Advantage for the magic power. Then I would learn the summoning just because I need it for Supreme Magic. Because we will definitely get more out of magic power than we are getting from the summoning, I think. Oh well, I will have to respec it at one point, because I think once I finally decide on the army composition, there are a few things that we won't need anymore here. So maybe getting the power balance 3 might be something. But in the end, I kind of want to go order, I think. Then we will definitely get rid of that, so that's 1 point. Probably the finesse as well, so that's 2 points. Then I think this was 2 points. We won't have training in the end. That's 4 points that we can free up here. Excuse me. I think I'll get rid of this as well and just throw everything into finesse. Bubble. Oh, what is this? Is there really another battle? Now I'm curious. I thought I would just end the episode here. But where is the horse? Hello? Horse? There is a new battle on the map that I didn't expect. I think it's the original owner of the castle. The guy that we freed. Will try to take the castle back from his knees.
Well then, sir.
Right?
Why can't you give me a copy?
I just want to see what it is.
Have you picked up a plate map from the Mage?
Yep. Okay, so we can probably start it here next time. I'll just check what the hell this is. Disciple, swordsman, cavalryman. They don't have a leader. Why did they spawn? It's a weak enemy. Yeah, it is a weak enemy here, definitely. Just have to take care of the disciples, I think, and that's it. Ray of Flight, Stone Skin, Healing. Okay, interesting. Definitely didn't expect this fight here. So I think we're gonna start with this next time, see where that leads. And once we are finally done with this castle, and what? Oh wait, we can also question the spirit. Okay, I missed that. So that's what we're gonna start with. We're gonna question the spirit that we captured today. Then we return to the castle and see what happens. So that's the plan for today. And once we are done with this quest line, then we will go north and get into the Cedric's hideout so that we can finish these quests. Because I would like to finish everything that we have here before we move into this massive void blob. And I guess that's the Mage factory, so solve the problems there. But for today we are done, so I hope that you like this episode. I hope that you're gonna join me next time again. And until then, have a good time. Bye bye.